Hey guys, Greg here, Star Drifter Astrology, and in a few hours we will be having a new moon in Taurus, and I'm going to take you through some of the main features of what we can expect from this new moon energy coming up in the next few hours. So, Taurus, new moon, 18 degrees of Taurus, 8th of May, 4:22 in the morning. So it's coming up in the early hours. So the themes of the sign of Taurus, it's an earth sign and it's fixed. So this suggests that you're working with an energy that is steady and you're focused on delivering something. You're working through something with an idea of an end goal, so to speak. Now, Taurus represents the actual body, the physical body, and therefore represents sensations. So it's a lovely feeling type of sensational sign. So it's all very nice things to do with Taurus. It would be considered one of the signs, as it's the very first earth sign of the zodiac. It's concerned with everything that's solid and stable. So that would be structures, anything that's structured and designed so that it's going to last and stand the test of time. Like when you're thinking about Taurus, you're thinking of the foundations that you're building. So whatever you're thinking, because it's a new moon, it's going to be new beginnings, new foundations, new structures. And you want this structure to be firm and solid and reliable going forward so that it supports your goals in life and creates a steadiness kind of feeling. So Taurus can also represent your money and your personal possessions. And Taurus influenced people can sometimes use their money to buy themselves lavish, expensive, or luxurious items because, it's the things you take pleasure in the things that you work for and you work to achieve. So you want to appreciate and have nice things for that. So money, Taurus is about your money, how you earn it and how you spend it, and also how you save it and the things that you buy in exchange for that hard-earned money. So values and morals are another thing to do with Taurus because it's how you set up your foundation in life going forward with personal values, like a personal code that you have stuck with for a certain amount of years or maybe a lifetime perhaps, or what we can consider in this new moon is perhaps a review of our morals, our values, and perhaps reconsidering, perhaps maybe changing the rules slightly to adapt, especially because we have Jupiter and we also have Uranus, which is bringing growth and change. So therefore, our morals and our values are likely to change. So you want to change your values and morals in a positive way moving forward so that they support a higher goal and what you're trying to achieve. So sometimes there may be a shift in your morals and your values. So welcome that into your life and utilize new values and morals going forward in assistance of your higher goals. So Taurus as well can be a stubborn sign and therefore immovable, because sometimes you get stuck in an idea or stuck in something that you don't want to leave it because you can trust it. You know it's there, it's trustworthy, it's firm, it's stable, and therefore change perhaps may bring something which creates an unstable environment. So you may be stubborn to change or stubborn to try different things because you know what you can trust and what works for you. So sometimes with Taurus, change may come, opportunity may come up, but you don't want to take advantage of that because it means you're going to have to change your ways in some kind of way or other. So it's good to be aware of that, but also consider what you need to upgrade to perhaps make your life better quality than what it currently is. So it could be about introducing new ways going forward to do things and getting over that stubbornness and the feeling that you're not going to be moved, you're not going to be changed, sometimes you're just going to have to change anyway, because that's the nature of life. It's moving forward and there's constant change. So Taurus generally is constant, it's reliable, it is pretty much the rock. So anyone you know who's a strong Taurus kind of influenced person, they can be a real, a constant, reliable and trustworthy person, someone you can go to in times of need, or someone you can trust to give you solid advice, or or just to provide, or just to speak to. They are that kind of, they have that solid, trustworthy kind of appearance or personality. So it's ruled by Venus as well. So it certainly has to do with love and relationships in some kind of way as well. And in your relationships, especially being ruled with Venus, you're going to need, with Taurus, you're going to need some kind of stability. And Taurus, it's a very loving sign, but it also needs love in return. So whatever it gives, it needs to feel it back again. And it's also about your feelings, because your feelings to do with Venus, it's all to do with how you feel and how your sensations are, your feelings and sensations. So the new moon actually falls in the second house. Now, this is just a chart drawn up for the time of the new moon, and it's going to fall in the second house, and it's pretty much in line with the natural zodiac, because the ascendant at the time of the new moon will be in Aries, therefore putting the new moon in the second house. So it's all to do with money and finance and all the other things we just mentioned there with the theme of Taurus. So Venus is in his own sign as well, her own sign. So it's a positive new moon. Now it also has Jupiter there as well, another benefic. Venus and Jupiter will be the two benefic planets, and they're both in the sign of Taurus here. So it certainly is beneficial. And we also have the planet Uranus close, which represents change and embracing the future, so to speak. So what we have after that, now we also have the planet Saturn in sextile to the new moon. So the new moon's still down here, but Saturn is up here. It's in the 12th. So that tells us that, now it's also in Pisces, that tells us that these concerns are of a collective issue, and also to do with institutions, restriction. And what comes to mind straight away there would be like the institution of the National Health Service. You're facing huge restrictions of a financial concern right now going on. That's a current issue. And what we can see, what Saturn can involve us with, can help us with, is stabilizing new ventures going forward. So Saturn is the planet that brings stability, but you need to also discipline, set rules. You need to create a strategy. And it's quite possible as well that you're going to be restricted in so many ways. When you're taking up a new venture and trying to stabilize something, you need to set certain rules in place as guides, as teachers, so that you don't veer from the path. In a disciplinary way, it's to aid that path to success. So let's have another look as well, because we have Bitcoin being strongly influenced by this new moon in Taurus. And the new moon is up here in the 10th house for Bitcoin, but we can't really, let's not use the houses. Let's just look at the aspects that it's actually making. Then we also have transiting Saturn. So Uranus for Bitcoin is over here, 19 degrees of Pisces. The new moon is at 18 Taurus. We currently have transiting Saturn at 17 Pisces, and it's making an aspect in terms, a conjunction aspect, right to that Uranus placement there at 19 Pisces. So what Saturn is doing here is bringing new rules. Like we're currently, in the world of crypto, we currently have the SEC here trying to get rid of a certain amount of cryptocurrencies, but they're also trying to establish new rules. Now, what else is going on here as well is that we've recently had the traditional finance, the legacy system, buying up lots of Bitcoin because they were going to make it so that their investors can use their systems in the traditional way to invest in these cryptocurrencies. So that's becoming a more stable and accepted thing now. So Bitcoin will be becoming more of a household name, and people will begin to accept it as a viable currency. So this is all about setting new foundations in finance. That's the Saturn aspect to the Uranus, and the new moon in Taurus as well, all being strongly aspected to the Bitcoin chart. And the other thing that the governments are trying to introduce is the CBDCs, which are the central bank digital currencies. So that's where the government will have complete and utter control over how you use your money. And they can even take that money from you. They can put an expiry on the date, on a time scale for that money needs to be spent. And that's one of the things, to do with the government issued central bank digital currencies, which are coming. But every country that introduces one of these, they will set their own rules as to how the people in that country will use this particular form of currency. So which makes it actually even more important for a decentralized cryptocurrency, which gives the user independent freedom of personal finance. So you can use that crypto in any way you like, because you'll have your own personal wallet with the own crypto that you have purchased. And that gives you the freedom to use it in whatever way you like. Okay. So in the chart for Northern Ireland, we have the new moon falling in the 6th house, which is over here. This is highlighting workers and public service workers in general, and like new pay rises or pay deals or whatever. This is positive going forward for anyone that has recently accepted a pay offer and has been in dispute for quite a while. This is moving forward now. So there's a new beginning. So these people will be getting, monies that have been owed to them, and moving forward, new finance going forward with the Uranus and the Jupiter aspect as well. So I think I said in the last video that this would be positive in terms of workers who were still taking part in industrial action. So I know we have seen resolution in some areas, but I think there's some are still going on. I think the junior doctors are it's still ongoing. I need to look up that again, but it's quite possible there will be some resolution to that coming up very soon, especially during this new moon period over the next couple of weeks. So health service in general is going to be impacted because they need more money to be able to function properly. So what we're going to have here with the Saturn energy down below here at the bottom of the chart, we're going to have the Saturn energy in connection with sextile to the new moon. This could be about introducing new methods to raise finance. And a few of the things that have been talked about is raising rates, getting rid of some bus passes, and possibly charging for prescriptions, because there's no more money coming from the UK. The UK say Northern Ireland politicians have to make this budget work. So we'll probably be hearing a lot more of how they plan to do that in the next few months. And by the time the full moon in Taurus comes, roughly in about 6 months, we'll know exactly what they plan to do to raise these extra finances. So other points for consideration in your personal horoscope: what house axis is being activated? What house is the new moon in? That's where you're going to think of all the things I've previously discussed in terms of finance or new ventures all these issues and how you can put these things in motion and how it's going to affect your life in general. So you also want to look at aspects to any personal planets or any angles you may have. So is your chart being impacted by a square aspect, a conjunction, opposition? Does it activate any particular chart themes? Like, do you have a T-square? Do you have a grand trine? Is it connecting to this? So this is going to activate, some things in your life, certain areas of your life. So it's good to know where this full moon energy falls. So I am available for personal consultations if you are currently going through major changes in your life. Some of the astrological wisdom I can provide can explain roughly what's happening, can explain, what's going on in certain areas of your life and how you can best deal with that, and possibly what you can expect over the next 6 to 12 months or whatever you're planning to do or what is actually occurring. So you can find me on here on YouTube, on Stardrifter Astrology, also on Facebook, and you can contact me for personal consultations. If you simply want to just buy me a coffee and appreciate these offerings, you can click on the link to buy me a coffee. But I would ask you to please like and subscribe to the channel for future, so that you get future updates as well. And I would like to say thank you for watching, and I wish everyone a really happy and a pleasant new moon in Taurus. Thank you.